Hello there. My name is George Hurst. After many requests, we are happy to present this program on how to make a stirrup bag. From the available pattern for the stirrup bag, I have made two templates out of poster board for cutting templates. This one, the larger one, be for a soft leather like a heavyweight suede or chap leather. Notice that it's got marks for holes to be punched for grommets, and also has a tick mark down on the bottom that we will use in the construction process. We also have another template we've made from poster board. Now this is only 1/2 of the outside part, and this will be cut from 6 to 7 or 8 to 9 ounce vegetable tan tooling leather. It too has two marks where we will make holes for grommets, and also a tick mark for where it'll start. Now this is only 1/2 of the pattern. This one we will flip and cut into one piece for the entire outer part of the bag. To cut my tooling leather, I have laid my template, as you can see, on a line that I drew onto the leather with a scratch awl, and now I will position it on the line with my scratch awl. I will scratch a line around this edge, and I will also scratch a line, as you can see, down the other edge, and making two marks for the grommets. Now, I also want to make two marks here, which will be tick marks for alignment of the other parts when we do the assembly. And now we will flip this. We will put it exactly on the line and do just like we did with the other end. We will trace the end, make the marks, and trace a line down this edge, and now we're ready to cut. And now I will cut the straight lines using a straight edge. As you can see, after we have cut the strip, then we will very carefully round off the end. I'll actually round off both ends, as you can see. And now I have punched two holes here for grommets that are 5/16, the same size as the grommet I'm going to use. Please note I have chosen some heavyweight cowhide suede to make the sides of my bag, and I will use my template to mark the back side of the leather. I will go all the way around it with the pen. You could use, I'm using a felt tip marker pen. You could also use a regular ballpoint pen. I will also use it to mark the holes for my grommets. Now, please note I have punched holes in my template to make that easy. And down here at the bottom where I have it marked start, we'll make a little mark, and that will aid us in our assembly. Since this is a soft leather, I find the best way to cut it is with a good shears. And now we will cut holes the same size as we did on the sides for our grommets. And now we will make one more of these parts for the other side. Now that we have all of our parts cut, it's time to do any tooling, dyeing, and finishing that we're going to do before we start the assembly. I have completed all of the tooling, dyeing, and finishing, and now it's time to start the assembly. I'll start first by making a line for lacing with my wing divider. And we'll do this all around the outside edge of our tooled piece. Next, I will use a thonging chisel and punch holes all the way around the outside on the line we just scribed with the wing divider. At this time, we will set grommets into the holes that we made earlier. We'll push the grommet through from front to back, as you can see. We'll turn it over and put it on the anvil, making sure that we get it on the anvil. Put the washer in place, and with the setting tool, place it on top of the opening and drive it down with your mallet. We will do this to all of the holes we did in this piece, and we'll also do them in all of the holes that we did in the softer pieces. And now we will set grommets in the softer piece. Actually, there are 2 of these pieces, 6 holes in each piece, so we'll have 12 grommets to set on the soft pieces. We do everything the same way. And all of our grommets are set. Next, I will apply a line of contact cement to about 1/4 of an inch wide all around the edge of our soft piece, and I will apply that up to the area near where the grommets are. We will do the same thing to the edges of our tooled piece. All the way around and up to the area where the grommets are. After we have allowed our cement to dry until it's tacky, we can start our assembly. First thing I will do, remember the marks we put on here, the guidelines? We'll line up the 2 guidelines, as you can see. Now we will begin sticking the soft leather exactly to the edge. Now you will need to fold this up, as you can see, so that we can match the edge to the curve in the soft piece. Take your time and do this very carefully. Now we will do the same thing to the other side. And you can see how the side looks. Now we'll do the same thing with the other gusset, or with the other gusset on the other side. We will start by lining up the two marks, and we will do the same thing. It will be a little easier on this side because of the fact that our outside leather is already bent around in the curve. Even though I'm going to lace this, I'm going to use a stitching awl to go through all of the holes that we punched earlier and go through the soft leather to the inside. We'll do this all the way around. And now I'm using the double loop stitch, and I will stitch all the way around the outside of the bag. After we have completed our lacing all the way around, we'll now take a piece of 1/8 inch latigo lace, about 36 inches long, and we will start by going through the first two eyelets, as you can see, or grommets, and we'll go in and out. We'll go all the way to the other end, and we'll come out to the outside, as you can see. Now we will take the other end and we'll go do the same thing to the other side. Now we'll even up the strings. After we have evened up the two ends of our latigo lace, we'll take a second latigo lace and we'll start going back in the other direction. We'll do the same thing. We'll start now getting this about the same as the other one, and then we will lace in and out just as we did before, going through the same holes in the other direction. It's a little more difficult now because there are two laces in each hole. And after you get through the first side, you'll come back and go through the other side. And then we will lace down to the other end. After you have laced through in both directions, even up the laces on each end and tie an overhand knot with both ends. Pull it up tight, and we'll do the same thing now to the other end. And now, to close the purse, we just pull the strings on both ends, carry it as you can see, and it stays closed. To open it, simply take your hand and open it up, and your bag is ready to fill.